I have you as
Alright,
a
so,
friend for some reason, I think. Unless it's Eric. That's why I
well,
joined.
are you my friend on Steam?
I don't. It might have been Eric that I joined off of. It said your name and everything though, so I don't know.
Well, regardless. So you can pick your color on the board. Eric, did it show the color orbs when you started the game that you clicked one to choose your color?
Huh?
Okay, Tyler picked his color.
Oh, yeah, no, it did.
Okay. Because for some reason, whenever I boot up the table, I have to go to the top right where it says our names, and I have to hit change color and set myself to the DM color, which is black.
Okay.
I don't know why it does that just for me, but I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm the host. I have no clue. Anyway. Alright, so while Sean is getting a few things configured, let me get the bag of miniatures out here. So, Tyler and Eric, you are both humans. So, well, actually, do you still want the same miniature as before, Eric?
I do, yeah.
Alright, where is he? Fighter Male 22. There you go.
Yep, thank you.
Let me scale him off a bit.
And I'm gonna also give him the red color tint so everyone knows it's
him
me.
however you want. So Tyler, do you know how to use items in Tabletop Simulator?
Not really.
Okay, so right click the bag.
Okay.
And then click search. All right. It should bring up a menu on the right of all the miniatures that are in the bag. Pick one you like. It doesn't have to be one that's a paladin labeled. It can be any one that has a design you like. It doesn't matter. It's just how you want to be represented on the board. So, we don't need to. I'm not being picky. About what my players want their miniatures to look like. So,
I just did it. Oh, that's a dot. Why is it a dot?
All right, let me scale them up a bit.
It's a dot for me.
It's a dot?
Oh, maybe they're still loading.
Oh, yeah, no, they're still loading, yeah. It's gonna take a while.
Well, did you pick the figure you wanted, Tyler? Because I see it on the board.
I can't see it, but it's fine. I'll take it.
All right. So, if you guys want to, you don't have to, but if you want to, you can customize your little play areas where your color is. Like, you can put on your nameplate your character's name, and if you want to, you can copy over the info from your character sheet onto the in-game blank character sheets for easier access if you wanted to. You don't have to, just if you want to.
Yeah. I think I'm just gonna keep it how it is, just so I don't need to, worry about it.
Okay. Hey Sean, if it's not working, maybe don't worry about it too much.
Oh shit, it's working!
It's working now?
Really loud!
Okay, you have to turn it down yourself, Sean. I can't do that for you.
Alright, that's better. Okay.
Alright. We good now? We Gucci?
I think so, yeah.
Alright. Okay, Sean, do you have my invite that I sent you to Tabletop Simulator?
Yes.
Alright, accept that when you're ready. Goody, 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 goody gumdrops. Okay. Wow, is it lagging a bit now?
What do you mean?
Okay. Oh, okay, it's just a bit of a lag spike. It evened out for me. You are on very high ping right now, though, Eric.
In Discord, or?
In game.
Oh.
Like the ping
Oh.
counter on the top right says you're at 999 right now.
Yeah, I tapped out and now the game seems to have crashed, possibly.
Oh, jeez. This is... Yeah, that's what I was afraid of.
It's not even because I was streaming, it's because I keep tapping out.
Yeah, well, yeah, some games can be finicky when you alt tab out them. Tabletop Simulator seems to be one of them.
Well, I'm gonna need another invite.
Or maybe it is in conjunction with you streaming as well. It's putting more strain on your system.
Possibly, yeah.
Is the live stream still going?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I should have asked Tyler. So Eric, whenever he joins, he seems to have a bug where the text of a lot of things is extremely enlarged. Does anything look off to you, or does the board look normal on your screen, Tyler?
I don't. By board, do you mean like the land that I see?
Not the land, the land specifically, like the around the player sheets and the yeah, around the player sheets.
I have a problem, Paul.
What's your problem?
It's counting me as a spectator, and I don't know how to fix that.
Hold on, I can change your color.
Thank you. I don't like that. There we go.
Also, Paul, could you, like, resend the invite? I think
Sure
I
thing.
worked it.
All right. I say, Eric, just be careful with your system, because
Yeah.
alt tabbing out constantly might cause it to crash again.
Alright.
You're probably putting a lot of strain on your system by live streaming is the thing, so that all right. Oh. Actually, never mind. It's all good. Okay.
I still don't know why it's not working.
Okay, are you in game, Sean? In Tabletop Simulator?
Not currently. I just exited out.
Okay, well.
Alright, let me try getting back in.
Alright, do you need another invite?
Hold on. Oh shit. What I do? fuck did I do? Oh, it wants me to do the tutorial.
You have to do the tutorial? I thought you could just skip it.
I think it just put it in.
I think there should be an option to skip the tutorial.
I'm guessing you're waiting to load up the starting zone. Paul?
This is the starting zone. Everyone's on the road.
Oh.
So, here, if you want to, everyone's playing pieces can be, like, up here.
Okay. And this is one pretty big road.
Yeah, well, it's, I mean, yeah, roads in D&D can be long.
Oh, I meant, like, wide.
Yeah, well, just for your reference, Eric, each space on the grid in D&D terms is 5 feet. So,
Like, each square?
Playing Skyrim right now.
yes, it is. Yeah, so, like, this map is 200 feet long.
How wide?
Well, 200 by 120 feet.
Holy crap.
Just keep in mind, Eric, that not every map is going to be a combat encounter. So,
Oh, I know.
Oh shit.
so there's the chance that there might be a combat encounter. So,
Is this the right one?
all right,
here?
it's saying you're connecting, Sean.
It says you want to open a URL. Should I just do that?
Yeah, give it a second to load you in, and then hit open on that.
Alright.
It's gonna ask that every single time, by the way, you open up. Even if you checkmark the "Don't ask again" for this player, it always fucking asks for some reason.
Yeah. Alright.
Anyway, do you see a bunch of glowing, like, colored orbs on the board, Sean?
Yes.
All right, pick a color that's not black or gray.
Alright, well.
Yeah,
Now
Paul,
which
you mind
one am I
throwing the sheet away from me? Because I can't do that.
You want to get rid of the character sheet?
Yeah, I can't edit it.
I mean, why do you want to get rid of it, if I may ask?
I just can't edit it. So it's kind of just like in the
Okay.
way.
Hold on, let me... I'll just bring this to the DM side of the board. I don't want to delete it, but I'll just remove it for the time being. You have your character sheet available to you, right, though, Eric?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Scimitar mug, a long sword.
All right, so... All right, Sean.
Green player.
You ready, Sean?
I hope.
Time to pick your miniature. So, you're a kobold, so let me get rid of the human bag. You see the bag that I put down on the table?
Yes.
Alright, right-click that. and I want you to hit the button that says search on it.
Okay.
All right, it should give it a second to load the models and pick a model that suits your liking.
Okay.
You can drag and drop it out of the menu on the right onto the board to place the figure. While he's doing that, how are the rest of us feeling? Are we
Pretty good.
feeling good? Feeling
I
in
am.
a role-playing mood today?
Yep.
Yes, you sure?
Grand. Okay, let me just lay out some ground rules before we get started. So, I, as the DM, am only the narrator of events and the actor for NPCs. So, I don't have a, I don't have a direct say in any events that go on. That's all entirely on the players. Okay, and no matter how stupid or doomed your next plan of action is, I will do my best to act it out accordingly. Okay? Because this is at the end of the day, this is your game, your guys' game to shape the way you want it, to go the path that you want to go down. Okay?
All right.
So, with that being said, let me just lay down the ways you can interact with the game. So you can either, this is a role-playing experience, so try to remain in character a lot of time, but you can also ask me, the DM, a question, okay? Like, as player to player, not character to DM.
Right.
So you can ask me, like, what's the time of day? What's the weather? Or things like, what's the situation looking like? What's the environment looking like? Or if you need a reminder on something, what's the name of the NPC we met in Insert Town here?
Yeah.
These are questions I can answer as a DM. Some questions I might that are more related to what's going on in the environment, I might ask you to make a certain ability check for them. Depends on the situation, of course. Okay?
Yep.
So, but for the most part, you guys are the main actors in this world. So, when I say the board is yours, you all have to make the decisions on what to do, and I will have the world react accordingly. Okay?
Okay.
I'm not the one that's that's forcing everyone down this one particular path. Okay? So,
Yep.
all right. Just wanted to disclaim that. Of course, if you have any questions about anything whatsoever, feel free to ask. It's my job as the DM to answer questions.
All right.
So, also, did I get a
I think that was just
message?
to the Joe server.
Was it? Oh, in the B-Days channel?
Yeah.
Oh, it's JC's birthday today?
Yeah, apparently.
Oh, dang, hold on. Minor intermission.
Is there any way I could rotate the... Oh shit, you can rotate in the preview, alright.
Where's a GIF?
my funny reaction image right now.
Oh, look, it's Snoop Dogg. Perfect.
Whoa.
You know, Eric listens to Snoop Dogg.
Definitely.
Do you now?
He
You
does,
know
I swear,
me.
guys.
I love the raps.
He loves the raps.
You know. Eminem.
Oh, rap artists.
The candy? It's crazy.
No, the rapper.
M&M's have wrappers on them? That's crazy.
Yeah, I like
Shit.
eating them too.
That's crazy.
Wait, you can do that too? Holy shit. Apparently Tabletop Simulator supports Hero Forge, so I've been like trying to make...
Oh yeah, there is a way to import custom figurines if you want, but if you want to, we could figure that out another time.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, I
gonna
think,
figure that out at a later time.
Probably, but I've been like, she's so fucking tiny. What the shit?
Oh, we can scale her up.
Okay. Yeah.
That's about good for a kobold.
Yeah. Only
Alright, and
3 feet tall, which is...
you could change the color on her if you want. Yep, just like
Yeah.
that.
Just
Alright,
so
I'm gonna put this bag behind my screen. Okay.
Alright.
Now, my daring adventurers, are we ready to set forth unto the world?
Indeed.
I hope. Yeah, I think.
Alright. But first, a brief prelude into the world you are setting forth unto.
Okay.
Welcome to the world of Yvondell. It is a time of unrest and conflict for the mortal kingdoms. Two great powers comprising the kingdoms of humanity, Alessia and Verdul, are engaged in a vitriolic, seemingly pointless war, consuming the lives of the young and foolish on both sides. Gratiana, a third power, desperately clings to neutrality as their lands are ransacked by the unruly, their blood spilt by the wicked and chaotic forces underlying existence. The common folk fall to their knees, grasping divine symbols and praying for a better tomorrow. Some pray for heroes to save the day, lest villains take all that they hold dear. Shall this party gathered here today set forth unto this realm of Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Love the enthusiasm. All right.
Hell yeah.
Very good. So, each of you, Ada Jaspo, Danielle Reynolds, and Halfgan, find yourselves on a dirt road approaching the fishing village of Kenora. You all have your reasons of coming there. Although, and by happenchance, the three of you have seemingly diverged onto this simple dirt road, heading towards Kenora. You're about 30 minutes out from the village currently. The time is 1:30 p.m. The winds are slow and the sky above is gray, hosting erratic clouds possibly forecasting rain.
Alright.
Sorry, what are we doing?
The table is yours.
Okay.
For context, you three have never met each other before. This is the first time you all are meeting.
So,
we're
beside...
just on the road.
Yeah. Besides
We're
us,
just on
is
the
there,
road,
like,
going
anyone...
towards the town for reasons.
Well, I
What was
need
that
money.
you asked, Eric?
So besides us, is there anyone, like, else on the road, or is it just, like, completely empty?
The road is very empty right now. There's not a whisper of another person traveling about. The only people that are traveling this road are yourself and 2 strangers.
All right.
She's probably gonna be like,
You take notice that one of the strangers is a relatively normal-looking human, clad in some clandestine armor, plate armor to be specific. Looks to be a sort of regal type. The other is a most peculiar figure for these lands, a diminutive kobold.
Okay.
yeah, Ada's gonna hang back a bit because she doesn't like talking to people. She's just so small and little and doesn't like talking to people she doesn't know. She's just, yeah. So she's gonna like hang back a bit and just kind of watch and listen.
I think if anything, Daniel Reynolds is just moving forward, kind of looking confused.
Okay, do you talk to the other strangers on the road?
Yeah. I talk to them, asking them for directions to the nearest town.
Do you talk to anyone specific, or to both in general?
Both in general. Kind of yelling back at Ada.
Ada.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you as players are able to make your own responses to each other, so...
So why, is there any particular reason we're all heading towards the village? Or, like, would my reason just be like, okay, there's a job here, and I need money for my thing?
Well, we
I mean,
went
that's
over
my
this in,
reason.
everyone's backstories before that we discussed player to DM, so you all know your reasons.
I guess I could, yeah, fill in that. And by my mind. Alright. I don't know. I guess the village is just straight ahead. I've just been following the road.
Okay, so you and me are in the same boat. How about you, Halfcan?
You don't even wait. Do you know each other's names?
Y'all are strangers. You've never asked each
Oh
other's
yeah,
names.
okay. How about you, Paladin?
Me. Why I travel these roads?
Yeah.
I travel these roads for adventure, as of right now.
Oh, well, I'm traveling them because I just got fired from the army. I need money.
Well, my name is Halfgan to both of you. What might be your names?
Mine's Daniel Reynolds.
I'm Ada. Ada Jespo. Francis Jespo is my father, my adoptive father. He's not a kobold.
Oh, where are you from?
Fuck. Where is Francis? The lord over?
Oh, you're from the town of Londell. Londel.
I'm from Londell. That's where I've lived.
Oh, okay. I used to be part of the Kratina army.
Oh. What was it like in the army?
I don't know, I got injured. Goblins healed me.
Goblins? I haven't I don't think I've ever seen a goblin. I haven't seen any goblins when I've went to my academy. Seen many other types of people, but no goblins and no other kobolds.
Yeah, they're not too organized, you can say.
Yeah, I hear they live underground, but I can't imagine doing that, as I've only lived in the palace with my brother, Anton.
Ah, yeah, I mean, I don't know much besides 5 to 6 months back, because you know, all I know is that I got injured and small goblin family healed me up, patched me up.
Guess she's a bit closer by now, but like maybe a bit away.
Give or take, you've been talking for 5 to 10 minutes now.
Yeah,
You're about
that's
20
true.
minutes out from the town.
All right.
All right.
So
How about
why are
you,
you two going towards the town?
Well, I'm looking for jobs. I heard there's a bunch of jobs in this city that we're going to, or not city, town.
Well, I seek
okay.
adventure, but at the same time, I have the means to bring down the evilness that also plague the lands. So I've heard.
Shall we group up?
I guess so. I mean, if we all... It would be best for us to stick together. I don't know what's on these roads.
To be fair, I would not mind having some comrades accompanying me.
Alrighty then. I guess let's pick up the pace.
All right.
You all choose to continue on towards the village?
Yeah.
Yes.
Very good. Your pace quickens as you all decide to group up and heads towards the village of Kenora. After all, traveling with a group instead of individually is a much smarter idea on the roads. You arrive to Kenora at around 2:10 p.m. in the day. The clouds are still gray, though the rain has not yet come. From what you see, there's a few happenstance buildings you can see around. A few villagers are visible outside, some fishing at the dock, others harvesting simple crops near the shoreline. The village guards, though few in number for a village this small, stand watch just outside the bounds.
All right.
Sorry, just give me a
Anything you'd like
second.
to ask?
Is there like a tavern or anything around that we can visibly see?
From... Oh, my bad. Let me load up the map.
Okay.
Hold up. Oh, don't glitch for me now, please.
Okay. Oh, shit. I'm inside a building. I guess we're over here.
Yeah. So. Alright. So, from what you can see, from what you can see from visible signposts outside some of the outside some buildings. You can see 3 of note: Belric's Brew, Room and Tavern, the Bates Bucket, and Vivian's Ingredient Shop are of note.
So I'm assuming what does the bucket look like? What kind of store or
Oh,
building?
the sign says the Bates Bucket outside
for
the
like
door.
fishing
doesn't say-
supplies, maybe.
It doesn't say what type of store it is. If it
Shall
is.
we, shall we head to the Bates Bucket?
I was thinking at looking at the ingredients store. Maybe they can answer some of my questions.
I was I was hoping to talk to some of the guards, or one of them at least.
Or maybe I should also talk to the guards. Where
So
are
what does the party
guards?
choose to do?
Alright.
I guess
I'm
we'll
gonna-
talk to a guard.
I'll
Yeah,
approach
that's
one of
okay.
the guards and I'll ask him, excuse me, sir, is there a library nearby? I'm looking for a certain manual.
As you approach the guard, as you approach a pair of guards, rather, one of them notices you out of their peripheral vision and turns to get a good glance at you. Immediately, he's off-put by your appearance, and yelps out a quick, "By the gods, kobolds in the village!"
I quickly run over and say, no, that's just my, slave. To, try to calm down the situation.
Slave, I'm not your slave.
I,
My
I, I,
father's a
whis-
lord.
I whisper to, Ada, I'm trying to, save you.
All right, Daniel Reynolds, roll me a persuasion check.
Persuasion? Oh, okay.
So, roll a d20.
Is that what my, persuasion is? Okay, just D20.
Wait, but I have a scroll of pedigree that that is like supposed to like say that yes, I am the daughter. I am the adopted daughter of well, I guess it doesn't need to come to that yet, but I am the adopted daughter of
hopefully
Francis.
Well, hopefully Daniel Reynolds is able to pass his persuasion check so that things don't get too dirty.
Nice.
Natural 20!
Oh,
That's
fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Nat 20 for the first roll of the campaign!
Let's
Hit.
go.
Wow! Oh, I'm impressed. I don't even need to do math for that, because it basically succeeds.
Let's go.
Okay.
Okay, I guess they think I'm a slave now.
So the guard who shouted earlier looks towards Daniel Reynolds as he says his excuse that Ada Jaspo is his slave, and says, "A slave, you say?
Yep.
What a quizzical slave indeed you decided to choose. I don't know, Farengar, should we let him in? I'm not sure about this one. What would the chief say?" The second guard next to him, presumably Farengar, responds with a muddled shrug, and responds faintly, "See if I care. What do I care? Just let him in. We don't get paid enough for this anyway." Then the other guard turns back to the group and says, "I suppose so. All right. You all can enter, but you, the one with the big sword, keep the lizard on its leash."
I say, alright. Easy enough.
Before we walk in, I thank the guards. So, thank you, Mr. Guards. We'll be seeing you around, hopefully.
As would we, fair knight. Now, don't cause too much trouble around Kenora. This village has done a lot to maintain its air of innocence around these parts. And there's been a lot of unfortunate happenings on the road lately. Do best to be on your guard regardless.
I'm gonna quickly chime in and ask what like incidents happened on the road recently.
Incidents, you ask? Well, for one, there's the talk of bandits increasing in number around the roads. Between here and Yvondell, there seems to be a lot more attacks and ambushes happening. Frankly, I'm surprised, judging by how few scars the three of you seem to have, that you haven't seemingly been attacked. Perhaps it's a blessing from the gods.
I chime in and say I think I was able to defend myself because I used to be in the army.
The army, you say? Certainly look the type. The Gratiana army, I presume.
That's me. Oh, yes, the Gratiana. I used to be a commander.
Commander of the Gratiana army, in our midst. I don't know if I should feel joyful that such a man of stature is within our presence, or if I should question how one has fallen such far to to have to come to a village like this without their army behind their back.
Ow.
Damn.
Damn, you just got roasted.
Anyways, is there anything else I can help you with, travelers, while you're here?
Actually, there is one more thing that you could help me with.
Yes, go on.
I am looking for a church. Do you have one by any chance?
A church? For what god do you worship?
What god do I worship?
Viona. You worship Viona.
Viona?
Yes.
I
Viora. My bad.
Viora.
Viora.
I worship Viora. My good sir. I am holy and a knight.
A Viora worshipper in these parts. Well, it's not the most unusual thing, but I presume you've come all the way from Verdul. That's the only church dedicated to Viora I know.
It has been a while since I've traveled. Actually, to be honest, I have never traveled out of my lands. So, yep, I thought my religion was far and wide, but I guess not. Thank you, anyways. I do appreciate it.
Well, I know who Viora is, but can't say I've seen too many temples dedicated to his name around these parts. Certainly not in this small little village. Perhaps you might have more luck finding followers of your kind in the larger town, like Yvondell.
Understood. I look over to Ada and Daniel. Shall we go in now? I think we should really start looking around.
It's good to me.
Yeah, I suppose. I'm not gonna say anything to the guards after this.
Be on your best behavior, 3.
Will
The
do.
guard says, and returns to his post.
All right.
Alrighty.
As we walk away,
where
I
does the
quickly
party go from here?
I say, or at least for now, we quickly walk a little bit out of the guard's ears, like reach, and I quickly whisper over to Ada, and I'm like, I hope we never meet them again.
Me too.
I don't know. They seem fine, in my opinion.
And now they think I'm a slave.
That's That wasn't their doing nor mine. You could think.
I tell Ada I'm sorry. I just had to come up with something to de-escalate the situation.
Daniel, you could have thought of 100 different things. I swear.
Well, you could have just told them I was your pet. That would have been better.
I'll keep that noted
Alright,
for next
well,
time.
we're done with them.
Any place you
So-
guys want to go to first?
Where's the ingredient store?
You see where my black mouse is?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, this will be the ingredient store. So,
Alright.
All right.
so
I guess
does the
she
party
used-
head towards Vivian's ingredient store? Shop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Okay.
Oh, I just moved Tyler's. My bad.
There you go.
All right. Give me a second to load the map.
Alright, cool. Alright, where's the...
I assume this is the front door, right over here.
Yeah.
I'd imagine.
So this one might not necessarily look.
You
too much
grab
like it.
me, oops.
Oh, my
Uh-oh.
bad.
Uh-oh.
I realize this one
Uh-oh.
looks more like a tavern than a convenience
I got
store,
it.
but it's
There
the
we go.
best. This is the best map I have to work with right now. So
That's
Um,
fine.
I mean, I think
Alright.
it works. Tyler, you
As-
accidentally changed your name.
Oh, my bad.
are we ready?
Yep.
Yes.
Ready?
Okay. As the party approaches the store labeled Vivian's Ingredient Store, you can notice a wafting air amidst the premises. It enters your nostrils and exudes a pleasant smell of many green herbs and lovely different types of concoctions. It smells very nice, whatever is inside the store.
Alright.
You're currently outside, by the way.
Oh,
Oh, wait.
me.
Uh,
Well, I guess we walk in.
okay.
Just so you know, you don't always need to act out everything with your miniatures. It's mostly for combat purposes.
Oh,
Right,
okay.
Yeah.
So of course it's whatever. The table's yours, so you can do whatever.
I
what you-
mean,
what you
maybe
want.
it's just like the psychological effect of placing. I don't know.
Well, I mean, it also helps us, like, keep track, like, where we are inside the building.
Hmm.
So, you know.
Yeah. All right. Well, okay. Moving on. The three of you enter the ingredients shop, and immediately you could see that this is a very well kept store. Not even a speck of dust could be seen on the ground, and there's herbs and potions and ingredients all around, as far as the eye could see in the store.
All right.
There does not seem to be any people that you could see though so far.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna walk up to the counter and kind of, like, look behind, like, or try to, like, get my, best peek behind, like, the doorway over here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ada, I
Yep.
think she'll be looking for anything that has like medicinal value.
Okay. I want everyone to roll me a perception check.
What dice do I use for that?
D20.
Should I do it in here or should I do it?
You can use the dice tower in game, or
Okay.
you can use an physical dice if you have
Oh.
it. Or
I'm gonna use my
Uh,
physical dice. I'm not wasting this
okay.
opportunity.
so, either
gonna-
if you're using physical dice, either tell me the total value with all your modifiers attached to it, or give me your total value once you've added your modifiers.
I
Okay.
got a
Yeah.
9. Oh, wait. That's without my modifiers. See, you said perception check, right?
Perception check, yes.
Oh, I get +4, so it's 13 actually.
Let me just double check that. So, yes, you do have perception. Okay. So that means
I should probably still roll mine. Oops.
so that means Daniel rolled a
13.
13. Yes, and then Afghan. Wait, what did you roll first?
It was crooked.
It was
Like
crooked. Okay.
Yeah, like landed on this thing.
All right.
over here.
Okay. So all right, we'll go by the second roll then. So 15.
Alright.
So do you know how to apply your proficiencies, Tyler?
No.
Okay. Well, let me just take a peek at your character sheet and help you out here. So
I mean, my proficiency bonus is +2.
So, yes, but as I see here, okay, you have a +2. So you rolled a 17.
Okay, gotcha.
Alright. I rolled a 19, which +2, 21. Sheesh.
Very good. All right. As Daniel approaches the counter and the rest of you start milling about the store, you can feel the faint sensation that you're being watched.
Oh.
Oh,
Uh, I think you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna comment on it and say this area feels very uneasy, and ask, you know, Ada and Halfgan if they feel the same way.
You can you don't by the way, Eric,
Oh yeah.
when it comes to role playing, you don't always have to be like, I do this, I do that. You can
Yeah.
be like, you can, act it out a bit to make it more interesting. Like actually say, hey, do you feel any weird air in the room right now? You know?
Yeah. Yeah. My bad.
So I know you're new, so I'm just pointing it out.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
you don't always have to be like, I ask this or I ask that. So just a disclaimer there.
Oh, okay.
I can feel like we have eyes on us, but I don't know if I should feel threatened. I mean, I don't plan on stealing anything.
I agree. Something doesn't feel right. Afghan slowly wraps his hand around the hilt of his sword. Or sorry, of his whip.
Oh.
As Halfgan rests the palm of his hand on his whip, and the coarse leather of it makes an audible sound. You can hear a slight yelp of what sounds like a person come from one end of the room.
Can I don't know if I would roll a perception, but can I see if I could like pinpoint where the location is?
Yes, you've succeeded on your perception check, so as you
Alright.
looked out towards where the yelp came from, you could spot the faint silhouette of what looks to be a person suddenly dash into a corner of the house.
Alright. I yell over to the person. We're not here to harm anyone. We're just looking.
As you say that, after you finish saying that, a figure slowly approaches out of a shadowed corner of the shop, and slowly but surely reveals themselves. They poke their head out, and they quaintly say, Are you the adventurers Mom called for?
I mean, I think so.
You think so? I'm sure that that checks out. I'll go get Mom for you. Just a moment. With that,
Uh,
with that, the figure dashes back into the corridor, and you can hear the sound of tromping footsteps.
while that's happening, I lean over and I go, did either of you get hired by some woman?
I mean, I was looking for funds to go towards my research.
I finally released the hilt of my whip, relaxing, and no, I didn't get hired whatsoever. Not that I remember. I mean, I'm always one looking for adventure.
Alright. I reply with, well, I think we should, just act like we are those adventurers, even if, you know, more adventurers pop up.
I mean, for me, any amount of coin would help. My research isn't exactly cheap. I wish it was.
May I ask what you're researching?
Oh, I was looking into constructs. I think only people at the academy have heard about them. It seems like not many people are familiar with them, but I was interested and I want to try to make some. See if I can make even better ones than some of the others I've heard about.
Say, interesting. I've never heard of them, but I'd love to see what they look like.
I mean, I hope we find ones that are inert because they might attack us if they think we're intruders, but they're like people and creatures, but they're made of like metal and stone sometimes.
Aren't those just creatures in fairy tales?
Well, no, they usually don't have their own autonomy, their own agency. They just follow orders. And on top of that, they don't really need to eat or sleep. They're fascinating to me. I'd love to learn how they work, but I've never come across any.
Well, hopefully we don't run into any dangerous ones.
I hope so too. But what I wouldn't give to study one of them. Maybe someday I could make my own.
Well, I'd love to see if you could do that.
As the two of you finish talking, it's been about 3 minutes, give or take, and finally you hear the trampling of footsteps yet again. As this time it sounds like 2 sets of footsteps coming towards the main lobby of the shop.
All right.
Two figures then reveal themselves out of the same corner that you saw the person poke their head out before, and now you can see the person's full figure as well as another person that they've brought along with them. The both of them appear to be human females. One looks rather young, and the other looks about middle-aged.
All right.
The middle-aged woman notices your party, the group, and says, "Oh, thank the gods! I I didn't know what I would do if I had thought my missives had mysteriously vanished, but it looks like I've scrounged up a few happenstance mercenaries. I take it you all have heard about the job I need to get done, or has that eluded you three?"
Well, I think I could use a reminder on it.
The woman looks Daniel Reynolds up and down, slightly quizzically, but also in a interested manner, and says, "Well, aren't you quite the charmer and the looker at that? Well, I don't I don't know how much you've heard, but things have been rather dire on the roads lately, and as you can see, I'm trying my best to maintain this little ingredients shop of mine, but I've hit a bit of a blunder recently. My latest shipment of ingredients, namely King's herbs that I need to make important salves for the soldiers that are going off to fight the monsters troubling our villages and towns. But that shipment has vanished, or better yet, it's been stolen. I know it's been stolen, and none of the gods around here want to help me with this.
You think it could be stolen by those bandits that we heard about?
Bandits? If they went and stole an entire shipment of ingredients I need and other such materials, they certainly are getting more brave by the day, aren't they? It might be them, but I don't have too much information. All I know is that my shipment has not arrived. It should have arrived at least 2 weeks ago, and I haven't heard anything of the sort.
Halfgan chimes in. By any chance, do you know which direction that your shipment has left the town? By any chance? So that, maybe we can find it.
Of course, it should have come from Yvondell, the central busy hub of all commerce and trade around this region. So I would suppose that it should have come down the southeastern road out of here, but again, nothing. Maybe if you investigate along that road, you might find something.
Gonna quickly ask you, Paul. Was Yvondell the other direction on the road that we came from, or is that like a completely different road?
It was a different road.
Oh, okay.
You all came from your own directions and converged upon that road. Specifically, it would be the western road from heading into town.
All right.
So,
Ada, Afghan, do you know where, which direction Yvondell is?
Was I coming from Yvondell? I forget.
yes, you were.
Okay.
Well, you know where you came from, more precisely.
That's to be clear, that's where I lived before I left.
Yes.
Okay.
Random question. Where is Clairwind Academy? Is that in Londell or somewhere else?
I'll answer this one through DM for you.
Okay, fair enough. That's fine. All right. So, oh, I know where Londell is. That's where my family lives. I grew up with them.
Oh, so one of you is already familiar then with Londell. Well, I don't suppose that you'll just... It won't... Have you found anything along the road?
I'm sorry, I can't say I have.
Hmm. I don't know what else to say then about what could have happened to my shipment.
Could it possibly be that
I'll-
they went the wrong direction?
Perhaps. Hmm. Perhaps they could have. Perhaps they could have traveled down the northern road. Although, I don't see how they could do such a 180 from the southeastern road to the northern road, unless they got sidetracked, or perhaps they were attacked by those stinking bandits.
Well,
Perhaps
regardless, we'll
I
find
will-
your shipment for you.
I appreciate it, kind ones, and of course, I don't know if the compensation from my missive has reached your ears, but the agreed upon amount for that I stated was around 50 silver pieces for this. It's not much, I realize, but it's the most I can offer.
I whispered Ada, and I say, you should see if we could get a discount on the stuff you wanted to buy, if we find it.
I don't think I need a discount. That's fine.
And I say, suit yourself.
I mean, 50 silver pieces is 50 silver pieces.
Yeah.
Well, thank you again, kind travelers, and I wish you luck and I wish you fair luck and blessings that you do not be harmed on this. The roads, of course, have been much dangerous, so best be on your guard for this. All right then, I have some matters I need to attend to now. Unless of course you want to shop a little bit, I'm willing to sell any ingredients that you might need that I have in stock. Although my available stock has been a little bit dry because after my shipment was stolen.
Do you have anything medicinal?
Let me look around a bit. I know I have plenty of medicinal supplies, or at least I should. She starts rummaging around the back of the store.
All right.
Give me a second. I need to actually pull up.
That's
something.
fine. I think also if there's like Ada's gonna also look around for anything that could be like used for medicine, like oh well, I mean maybe I should be more specific. Anything for like cuts or like poisons or other toxins.
Okay.
not used for as in like to cause them, more like to heal them, of course. I meant
Yeah. Give me a second. Pulling up some stuff.
yeah.
Oh, where did I put that? Sorry, I'm taking a bit long.
That's fine.
Oh, I would also advise that if I'm trying to figure something out as DM, you can talk with each other either as characters or, just to each other as players.
Yeah, it's a bit weird that
So there's
we got
not so much dead air.
a human, and a kobold of all people. I mean, I guess out of context, I think I remember Drew being Air Genasi sorcerer.
Well, they're not in the campaign yet, so they haven't.
Okay,
they're not a
yeah.
part of the party yet.
Maybe I should just wait for them to introduce themselves, actually. So.
Paul, I don't know if you could do
That's-
this while, whatever you were doing, but, because I can't speak. So I quickly look out the window and I just quickly, like, look up into the sky to see if, like, anything changed. I don't know if you could do that quick at all.
Okay. Yes, you can. So
Oh, okay.
you look out one of the windows of the store and inspect the sky. The clouds have now mightily turned angry, and there's now a slight downpour has begun outside. You can hear the
All
plip
right.
plop of the rain hit the ground.
I turn to the rest of my party and I say, I think we should stay in just for a little bit to see if the rain, passes before we leave.
I wouldn't mind staying out of the rain. That sounds fine to me.
As you both say that, the younger woman, jolts her eyes both towards Daniel and Ada at a somewhat frantic pace, but very quickly. And although she does not speak,
Yep.
she appears to just be standing there, nervous.
I'm gonna like say quietly to her, "Is everything all right? You seem nervous."
Yeah, I'm okay. I haven't seen lizard people around. I don't know what your name would be. I apologize.
Oh, I'm
But-
Ada. Nice to meet you.
Oh, hi Ada. My name is Elizabeth, but I like to be. I call myself Lisbeth. That's all right with you?
Okay, Lisbeth.
Oh, hi. You look scary. I'm sorry. Does that offend you?
Oh no, no. I just don't want to scare you. I don't mean you harm. I know kobolds aren't really around here much. I mean, when I was growing up, I've never seen any other kobolds, but I I'm sure what you've heard about them has been frightening, but I'm not one of those.
Oh, that's good to hear. I don't get out of the house very often, and I don't really talk to too many people. Mom's really the only company I have, so seeing such strange and wondrous people as the three of you is nerve-wracking. But I couldn't help but overhear that you needed a place to stay for the rain.
I chime in and I say, why yes, as long as it's cheap.
Well, I'm sure that the local tavern nearby, Belrick's Brew, would be more than willing to rent you a few rooms, or at least one room, I would presume. I would offer if you would like to stay here, but I don't know how Mom would feel about that.
I
Well,
ask
that's
if,
alright. I'm okay with staying at the tavern.
Okay.
I quickly ask if,
Go on.
it's alright if we, stay for a little bit until, you know, like, either the rain passes or, we're ready to, like, move on.
Do you ask this to the party or to Lizbeth?
To, Lisbeth.
Well, like I said, I don't have a problem with it, but you have to ask my mother when she's available.
Alright. So, kind of like more on the DM side, because I'm slightly confused. I thought we already spoke to the, mother. Or is that just, like, a completely
She's
different
rummaging
person?
through her supplies right now.
Oh, okay.
So, just so you know, the person you're talking to right now, Lizbeth, is I probably should have better described this on my end, but the person you're talking to, Lizbeth, is the one that poked her head out of the corner before, the one that you got a glimpse of earlier.
Yeah.
And then her mother is presumably the other woman, the middle-aged
Yeah.
one that's currently looking through her herb supplies.
Yeah.
Alright. I turn to Halfkin and I say, is there anything you're looking for?
Not anything in particular here, Daniel.
Okay. Well, we're in the same boat.
As you finish up your sentences, the second woman comes back into the room and brings out a small box and opens it. She says, "Well, unfortunately, in terms of medicinal supplies, despite how everything looks, I'm actually quite low. This is just about what I've got, really. Just a few sprigs of mistletoe. The price is 1 gold piece per sprig."
Oh, I think I'll take 3, thank you.
Okay. All right, you exchange the 3 sprigs of mistletoe for 3 gold pieces. Is that what you want to do?
Yep. Yes.
Okay. So the woman hands you 3 sprigs of mistletoe out of the box, and already the box looks a lot lighter.
Oh,
and
man.
it appears you've taken just about half of what was in the box.
Oh, well. Alright.
But you hand her the gold pieces, and she says, "Thank you very much for this, by the way. I'm falling on hard times a bit, so me and Lisbeth here need to be able to pay for our next meal."
Oh, of course, no problem.
Thank you very much, and I do mean that this shipment means a lot to me. If you were to track it down, I would certainly be in your debt and then some. I would believe. I don't think even the compensation would be enough.
Sure.
Oh no, miss. I'm more than happy to help, and I'm sure my friends here would be too.
Why, of course.
Always. It's the holy way.
Ah, that's relieving to hear. I wish you luck on your travels and everywhere else the roads may bring you. All right, Lisbeth, off to your room now. And as she says that, um, Lisbeth gives a quick "Okay, Mom," and proceeds back to the corner of the room that she came from before, but not before quickly eyeing the party once more, but with a smile on her face.
Aw.
And then she quickly darts back off.
All right.
Great.
Well, you all ready to leave?
How's the weather look?
The rain outside is still a slight downpour. It's not heavy quite yet, but it's starting to come down.
And what time is it?
It's currently about 2:30 p.m.
I just noticed we never actually got directions to the tavern, or like cavern, or not cavern.
You're still in. You're still in the shop. You can,
Yeah.
if you want, you can ask.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I was gonna ask, like, I quickly look for them, or scream out to them, and I say, can we quickly ask you for some directions?
Oh, sure thing. I take it that the three of you haven't frequented our village very much. Not that you would have much reason to, but if you just go to the left outside the door, you'll see the tavern. There's a big sign outside and everything. It says Belric's Brew Room and Tavern. It's just one house down, in fact.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. And by the way, where are my manners? I forgot to mention before. My name is Vivian. I didn't know if, I just figured everyone knew that I was Vivian because of the sign outside.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm Daniel.
I'm Ada.
And I am Halfgan.
It's been a pleasure to make all your acquaintances.
Nice to meet you too.
And with that, she continues off to do some work around the shop.
All right.
All right.
Shall we take our leave?
I think we shall.
All right. Well, I guess if it's still raining, I'll peer out the door and look for the bait bucket where that is. If it's how far it is to run over there and quickly get inside to see what it is.
Okay. So the rest of the party want to head there as well?
If it's all right, I kind of want to split off just to quickly go over to the tavern to quickly ask about the pricings.
Okay. And Halfgan, where do you choose to go?
You know what? I will go with Ada.
All right.
Okay. So.
Well, before we split off, I quickly say I'm gonna quickly go see how much it is to rent a room
Okay.
to the party.
Okay, so when the party splits off into two different locations like this, we're going to have to shift perspectives. So, which perspective do we want to act out first? Ada and Halfgan's or Daniel's?
I say Ada and Halfgans. personally.
Well, I was gonna say I need to use the bathroom and do some other things. So if you're gonna
Okay.
do Danny's part, that's fine.
Okay,
I'm fine with
that's
either
all right
or.
with you, Tyler.
I'm fine with Daniel doing his first.
All right.
Okay.
Sure.
All right.
All right.
So.
I'll be right back.
All right. So. The three of you leave the ingredients shop, and you can feel the rain come down and plop 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 onto your heads and foreheads. It's unpleasant, but it's only going to get more unpleasant as the rain comes down harder. Ada and Halfgan start to move towards the building labeled the Bates Bucket, while Daniel continues on towards the Belrick's Brew Room and Tavern.
Okay.
All right. As you approach Belrick's Brew, you notice that the building's entrance is typical to what you've come across before for a tavern. A dainty signpost displays the name Belrick's Brew as it swings lightly with the wind, and a humble sign reading, "Welcome! Please wipe your boots at the door," is placed just to the right of the double doors. You can hear bits and pieces of commotion and laughter coming from within.
Okay. Well, I say I enter the place.
Okay. Yeah, we'll use this same map. So.
Oh, okay, so
You enter the tavern.
Okay.
A wave of soothing warmth washes over you immediately, courtesy of the active fireplace you see near the entrance. The space of the lobby seems to be a tad bit smaller than average for a tavern. You can see 5 other people in the room. A group of 3 are sitting at their own table in a corner of the tavern, making conversation and drinking. Two others are sat atop stools in front of a rather diminutive-looking counter. They all seem too preoccupied with their own activities to pay any notice to the fact you've entered. Amongst a few laden drinks on the counter lies a shining golden bell.
well, I walk up and I ring the bell 3 times.
All right, you ring the bell 3 times, and each time a sharp but pleasant bring sounds from the bell. Almost immediately you hear, all right, stop with the ringing, I'll be there just a moment. Be faster than an unladen pixie," along with the sounds of some hasty shuffling.
Well, while I'm waiting, I quickly move over to the campfire and wait until, or not campfire, to the fireplace and wait until he, comes out.
All right.
Just to quickly, warm up and, dry off a bit.
Nearly half a minute later, as you wait by the fireplace, a stout male halfling appears out of what seems to be the tavern kitchen, drink platter in hand. He uses his other hand to put one mug on the counter, sliding it towards one of the sitting patrons while saying, "Apologies for the wait, Dawn. The missus needed me." A seemingly buzzed Dorn replies with a slightly slurred, "Long as I get my drink, Belrick, you treat me better than the stinking fish ever do for my lures."
Oh, I quickly, run up and I, say, "Oh, I'm actually the one who rang 3 times."
The halfling, who you presume to be Belrick, looks towards you and says, the rule is that you ring it once, and I'll come, not 3 times, not thrice."
I say, "I'm sorry. Just, was in a good mood."
I only kid with ya, kid. It's good to see you. All right. What's your name? I'm Belric.
My name's Daniel.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance, Daniel. You look well, just about the same as anybody else around these parts, really. But regardless, what do you need? I'm here to serve. Do you need a drink? Place to stay, perhaps?
I was wondering, what's your prices on renting a room?
Ah, rooms you need. All right. Well, I have but a few rooms. If you want, you could take a look at the rooms, but I could explain the prices for you real quick.
Let's start with the prices, if you don't mind.
Very well. I have 3 types of rooms available. The cheapest kind, I just charge 1 silver piece for, although the accommodations aren't very lavish. The second type of room I charge 5 silver pieces for. It's a bit more roomy. It has 2 beds compared to the other room has 1 bed, by the way. Forgot to mention that. Sorry, bit scatterbrained.
Oh, you're good. Anything with 3 beds?
3 beds, unfortunately, not even the third room I have on offer has 3 beds, although the third room has 2 queen-sized beds. If that's anything. If that's any compensation.
Well, you see, I'm venturing with 2 other people. And, kind of just met, so I was wondering if we could get something with just 3 beds.
Well, I'm sorry to say, but unless you need to take over my own bedroom, I don't have 3 beds to treat you with. If you have 3 people that you're with, I might suggest rolling out a bedroll.
All right, well, I guess we'll take the room with 2 beds and got any bedrolls? Actually, I might have a bedroll. Before I say that, let me quick. Ah, shit.
I have
Just a minute.
returned.
Paul.
Alright,
do you know what's
cool.
in the Dungeoneers pack, Paul?
Oh, the Dungeoneers pack. Let me flip to that page real quick.
Yeah.
You're asking if you have a bedroll?
Yes.
The Dungeoneers pack does not come with a bedroll.
All right, so I ask if there's a bedroll I could buy or rent from him.
Well, I'm sure I might have something around that's that could help you. Give me just a moment. Should be just down here. He starts to rummage beneath the counter of the bar. And oh, would you look at that? He then slumps down a bedroll right on top of the counter. The weight of it shakes the counter slightly, and it stirs the drinks on the counter. Dorn looks over and lets out a light before picking his drink back up and continuing to drink.
All right. Quickly ask him how much you want to, or if I want to buy that.
Ah, well, you want to buy it from me? Oh, I thought you would just I was just gonna lend it to you for the night.
Oh, I mean, if you're just gonna lend it, I wouldn't mind that. That would be much appreciated.
I mean, if you want it, I'll be more than happy to accommodate you, of course. Let's say 15 silver pieces.
And how much is the room again? The one with 2 beds?
The The one with 2 beds is 5 silver pieces, he said.
I say, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to turn you down on that. But would you mind if I borrow it for the night?
Sorry, say that again, Eric. You cut out a bit for me.
Oh, I said, I'm gonna have to, like, decline the offer. Say that I'm sorry, and is there any way I could borrow it for the night?
Oh, well, of course I'll let you borrow the bedroll still.
Thank you.
I only want my customers to be as happy and well acquainted as they possibly can be.
Thank you. Now, so I'll take the room, and if you don't mind, borrow the bedroll.
All right. Well, of course. Compensation first, please. So, and they're over.
Yep.
He
I hand
motions
over
with
the
all of his hands.
hand over the 15 silver pieces.
The 15s. I thought you said you were.
Or sorry,
borrowing
it's
the
5, right? My bad.
5 silver pieces for the room.
Yeah, I got slightly confused with it. Okay. So what? I'm at 9 gold pieces now, and then how much does silver pieces, like, is it 100 makes 1 gold piece, or?
Yes. So.
Okay, so 95 silver pieces
Yeah.
then.
So you'll have 95 silver pieces and 9 gold.
Yep. And then I also, like, after I hand that over, I ask him, does he have any rum ham that I could order or buy?
You said rum. You said rum ham.
Yes.
Rum ham, you say?
Why,
I think
yes,
I'll have to get the missus to check around for that one.
It's a delicacy from where I come.
And forgive me for asking, good sir, but where do you come from? I mean, humans come from all over the place, of course, and I mean, me as a halfling, I'm, of course, more than willing to accommodate any sort of race.
I
as
come
long
from
as they're willing to pay the coin.
I come from Gratina. I think I'm saying that right. I actually don't know.
Graciano.
There we go. Thank you.
All right, so you're saying Tim,
Yeah.
that you come from Graciano? Okay.
Yep.
Well, of course you come from bloody Graciano, lad. We're all in Graciano.
Oh shit. Well, I say, oh.
The only safe. So of course it's the only safe kingdom to be in right now.
I say, forgive me, kind of forgot where I came from. All I remember is rum ham was a delicacy. Kind of forgot, because, got a, injured noggin over here.
It's quite all right, lad. Travelers, I know, tend to get a few things scrambled in their brains when they take long hikes on the road. You might have even forgotten where. It's not the first time, in fact, that some travelers have forgotten what region of the world they're in.
All right. Well,
Is there anything else I can help you with, or do you want me to just show you to the room so you know where it is?
If you don't mind, show me into the room, and then, maybe I could, grab a bite to eat if, your, missus can, scrounge up some rum ham.
Sure thing, lad. Alright, let me just let the missus know real quick. He then quickly darts over to the kitchen, to the doors leading to the kitchen, and shouts out oh wait, what happened to my script? Okay. Oh, you didn't hear me say that. Oh god, I gotta reload it. Give me a second.
Very good.
Okay. Back on track. All right. Belric quickly darts over to the doors leading to the kitchen, and gets a hearty shout, saying, "Beatrice, do we have any?" What? What was it you requested again?
Rum ham.
Beatrice, do we have any rum ham? And then you can hear a faint you can hear a faint but tired shout back saying, "Rum ham? But we just have ham. Where does the rum come into it?"
And I quickly scream over to what's his face, and I'm like, "Oh, you just cook the ham in rum."
The Belric looks back towards you and says, "Oh, so that's what you do with it. Of course I knew that. Give me a second, I'll just inform the missus. I don't think she wants me shouting at her all the time." Belric then dashes into the kitchen, and you can hear a little bit of commotion.
All right. I look over at what's it called, the drunk guy sitting at the bar, and I ask him how his day was. While I wait.
All right. You approach the drunk man, whose name you presume is whose name is Dorn as Belric said before. You approach him, and he's certainly got the atmosphere of a down on his times drunkard. He's got the smell of one, and also looks the part with a shriveled beard and tired eyes. He's just sort of taking the occasional gulp from his drink, and uh, and having trouble focusing on the the wine bottles on the rack in front of him. So you ask how his day's been?
Yeah.
Okay. As you ask, after you ask that, Dorn slowly turns his head towards your general direction, though he doesn't eye you, eye to eye, and he says, "Who are you? Are you Belric?" No, too tall for Belric. What do you want? My day, you asked? There's something? I don't know. My day's been my day. Stupid
Okay.
fishes don't bite anymore. That's what.
Man, I feel that.
You feel that? So you're fisherman too?
I am so sorry. I just got distracted because
All right, let me repeat that.
I heard it's just kind of
Well, he
confused what my
asked-
TV's
so-
doing right now.
He asked, "So you're a fisherman too?" before hiccuping.
Yep. I reply, I'm not a fisherman, but I have fished before.
Ugh. Well, fishing once or twice doesn't make one a fisherman, man.
And I reply, well, yeah, like, obviously it does make me a fisherman, but, you know, when that's the only food that I'm gonna have for that day, you know, makes me a step closer.
I suppose, but why do you want to bother me anyway?
And I
What
say,
is it?
I'm just trying to make a little chit-chat, thought I could cheer your day up. Looked a little down.
Ugh. All right, suit you. He suddenly kind of focuses a bit more, and then stops with slightly comes to a bit of a standstill. Then he Then he finally looks you eye to eye and says, "Say, actually, I see that big sword on your back. You wouldn't happen to be a mercenary of the sort?"
I said, why, yes, I am.
Oh, well, isn't that convenient? Well, I need to compose my drink. Ah, bloody. Anyway, well, I don't know who else to bring this to, so perhaps I'm too trusting of strangers, but yeah, what the hell? He then reaches into his pockets and pulls out what appears to be a small lockbox and sets it down on the counter. The lockbox looks to be rather worn and the wood of it tainted, and the metal lock keep it in places looks slightly rusted.
All right.
He continues on. So, funnily enough, even though I can't catch a fish for my goddamn life in recent days, I came across this weird little lockbox thing. It won't open for me. I'm afraid if I try to bust it open, I might break whatever's inside of it. But maybe if you want to help me open it up, there could be something interesting inside of it.
I quickly rummage through my Dungeoneer's pack and see if there's anything that I could use to lockpick the
Okay.
box.
Well, your Dungeoneer's pack does not contain lockpicks per se. It doesn't have dedicated lockpicks.
Okay. Well, you said it's a rusty lock, right?
Yes, it looks to be slightly rusted.
What's the chances that, as a fighter, I could, like, just snap it off?
You could attempt to.
Okay, well, I quickly turn to, what's his name, and I ask, would you mind if I try snapping it off? Otherwise, I could wait until, one of my friends come, to the tavern, and we could see if they could lockpick it for you.
Dorn looks back at you and says, "Well, you look to be mightily strong there, and I mean, whatever's inside might be fragile, might not. I don't really know. But, I mean, frankly, it's more my curiosity getting the better of me that I just want to know what's inside. But if it's a valuable of some sorts, I would like to pawn it off, And since I found it, it'd be fine as keepers. You get what I'm saying?"
Oh, I get it. So,
Of course, I'm sure if you still help me with it, I'll be sure to find something else in my pockets that might interest you. I just want this damn thing open.
I quickly ask him, well, how long can you wait?
The whole evening, the whole night, even. I don't know.
I say,
The fishes
all
have
right.
quieted down this time of day. They won't be snapping again until morning.
I say, all right, and, after I see my room, would you mind if I come down and, just sit around, chat, maybe have a drink or two with him? while we wait.
Okay, so you're choosing to wait for the other two?
Yeah.
Alright. Dorn then says, alright, well, Belic went to talk to his wife, or whatever he did, so, I'm sure, if you want to, you can, I'm sure he'll serve you a drink or whatever when he gets back. My drink is my drink, though. And he gulps another one down from his mug.
I say, very understandable. And then I quickly, without ending the sentence, I say, you have drinking your booze, but have you ever eaten your booze?
Eaten my booze?
Why, yes.
What fucking... What pixie crawled up your head to... crawled up your brain to say something stupid like that?
And then I, respond with, well, oh boy, do I have the food for you. It's called rum ham. You're free to try some if, Belric ever, makes me any.
Rum ham? Is that something the Alessians make? Those crazy Alessians always putting alcohol in their things.
I
guess I'm no better than them, am
I respond with, surprisingly no, but, it's a, favorable meal in the army that I used to be in.
The army? You're in the army?
Well, used to be. I got, honorably discharged.
Quite so, I would take it. Well, just know that your work has been mightily appreciated around these parts, what with the creatures around and other things that go bump in the night.
And I say it's, all in a day's work.
Of course. Then Dorn sits back and continues his drink. Alright, so I take it we'll
Swap over.
now pivot over to
Yeah.
Ada and
Okay.
alright, so I was gonna
You can
put
just
your
throw it, yeah.
zero. So alright, so Ada and Halfgan are now approaching the bucket's bait. Or the bait's bucket, rather. Okay.
Yes.
All right. You approach the building with the sign outside that flaps in the wind that says the bait's bucket. Fish and tackle shop reads in small subtitles underneath. And you can already the smell of the smell of raw fish assaults your senses. Although it's nothing to it's nothing that your body can't handle.
Yeah. Alright, I guess, I'll get out of the rain.
All right, so the both of you enter.
Yeah.
Is Tyler there?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah, just worried for
All
a
right.
second there.
All right, so the both of you enter the Bates bucket, and inside is a rather dimly lit room. It only appears to be a singular area of the whole building, and the layout is rather quite simple. There's only a counter, three stools at the front of the counter, and along the walls of the building are various fish trophies. You notice that, as well as one peculiar-looking trophy in the back of the store that appears to be aquatic, but doesn't look to be a very fish-like fish. In fact, it's more of an entire head of something.
Hmm.
There's one person that has his had his back turned turned to you, but as you enter the building, he quickly takes a look back and sees the both of you these enter the store.
All right.
He takes one look at Ada and says, uh, uh, he takes one look at Ada, and gets a he gets a rather mean-looking expression. He puts on a rather mean-looking expression on his eyebrows,
Oh, good.
and says, "Oi, what's that thing doing in here? Since when did they allow kobolds into the village? Somebody get that thing out of here! You, the night guy, what are you doing with a lizard in your company?"
Uh,
I don't know what you've heard about kobolds, but I'm nothing like them. Wait, hold on.
Oh.
I need to pull up the thing. What Londell.
Londell.
I'm from Londell, not some cave.
Oh, I'm sure you are, pretty little thing. Yeah, I'm sure you picketed those nice clothes off some unfortunate person on the road that you killed for it. I don't want your kind around here. Get lost. The last thing I want is to be picketed.
I I clear my voice and I decide to step in. Sir, she means no harm. She she's actually, you know, a student or studying, building something, some type. She's actually very well educated, and so far she's been nice, and nobody else has had a problem.
Okay. I Let me see what. Yeah, I guess that would be another persuasion check. Yeah. So Halfgan, roll me a persuasion check.
Alrighty.
So roll a d20.
Rolling. So
16.
that'd be my +2 as well. So that'd be 18. Correct?
Okay. Oh wait, let me just double check your character sheet here. Okay, yeah. Actually, you rolled a 17. So,
17?
yes, because you do not have proficiency in persuasion, and your
Oh,
charisma's +1.
right.
All right, so the man looks towards you, Halfgan, and here's your response, and he says, "Well, I don't care. I don't want that thing in here. Just get it out, okay? I only do business with things that don't thieve and steal. I know that thing's bad news."
Ada's gonna say, "Okay, fine," and turn and leave. But I think before she does leave, she asks Hafkin, "Do you think you could figure out what that thing on the back wall is? The weird-looking one? I don't think that's a fish."
I'll ask him. I'll try to be nonchalant about it.
Thank you. Alright, now she's leaving.
All right, Ada steps out of the store.
She's
Um,
gonna head towards the tavern now.
Okay, Ada heads towards the tavern, and the man looks back at you, Halfgan, as Ada leaves, and says, "Well, all right, now that ruffian is out of here. All right, you don't look to be the Fisher type. If I may ask, what are you doing in my store? Looking for a change of hobby?"
Well, no, I was just looking around with the. Sorry, what's Ada's race again?
Kobold.
Kobold.
I was just looking around with a kobold, and I just but I do have a question for you, good sir, if I may ask.
Inquire. What do you want?
What is that weird looking fish back there they have mounted on the wall?
He turns back to the mounted mounted head in the back of the room and says, "Oh, that little thing? Or I guess I should say big thing rather. Yeah, few of the Fisher boys scrounged this little thing up not too long ago, in fact, and then they sold it to me. I think they call it Sahuagin. It doesn't seem to be moving anymore, and it looks mightily fine on the wall. It's not for sale though. It's mine."
Okay, sir. Duly noted. I will not inquire about that strange looking fish. That doesn't seem like a fish. But do you by any chance have a fishing pole for sale?
Fishing poles? Why, fishing poles are basically all I got for sale. That and the bait. So, you just want one fishing pole?
And some bait would be nice.
All right. Give me just a second then. He pulls one rather cheap-looking fishing rod right off the wall, and also puts a true to the name, a bucket of squirming bait on the counter of the store. And then he continues on saying, "Well, this is what I'm willing to sell you just about. I've got the other fishing rods on reserve for other customers. So you could have this one for, let's say, 2 GP, and I charge 2 copper pieces per cup of bait."
2 copper pieces. Do you have any better fishing poles than this one by any chance?
Like I said, buddy, all the fishing poles I have are on reserve. That's the best I got.
Okay. You know what? I will just buy the fishing pole then.
Pleasure doing business with you, Sir Knight. He hands the fishing pole over to you and puts forth his palm of hand, requesting his payment.
I reach into uh, my backpack and I remove a small bag and I reach into said small bag and hand him over 2 gold pieces.
Thank you very much. He he quickly uh takes the 2 gold pieces and smacks them to his lip with a mwah for each, and
What a
and
dick.
then he stashes them under some compartment on the other side of the counter.
I I look at him very confused and I slowly grab the fishing pole and begin to head to the exit.
Okay. As you head towards the exit, the man speaks up once more and says, "Before you go, actually, since you inquired about the head on the wall, me and some of the other boys are wondering, or rather fearing, that more of those things might show up along the shore one. We got this one, but we don't know if they're hostile, or if they may come back with stupid little spears for to accommodate the stupid little faces.
Um,
So, if you want to, so if you don't mind, maybe you and your little lizard buddy can check out the shoreline for us, and maybe check it out, make sure it's all good. We don't want any of those stupid sentient fish things that walk on 2 legs around here. We want them to stay in the water."
I, I I look at the man with the raised eyebrow and back out to the weird looking fish thing mounted on the wall and then back at him. And I shake my head sadly and go, "Okay, sir, we will take a look around the shoreline just to see if there's any of those weird looking Xiaoguans. I proceed to slowly back up to the door, then quickly turn around and leave.
uh,
And I head to the tavern to meet with the rest of them.
okay. So, alright, so now that both of you are heading towards the tavern to meet up with Daniel, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
Alright. So, alright, so cutting back to the tavern. Alright, you're back on the scene, Daniel.
Alright.
Alright. Ada and Halfgan proceed into the tavern, and as they notice Daniel sitting at the counter, they each pull up a seat to sit well, actually, wait, I shouldn't be talking to the players, my bad.
Oh yeah.
Ada and Halfgan enter the tavern, and the soothing warmth of the fireplace envelops the both of you. You could both see Daniel sitting beside the counter alongside a strange man.
I scream.
Three other.
Sorry, you go.
Sorry. All right. 3 other people are in the corner of the room at a table, all having a conversation amongst each other.
Okay.
And you can hear commotion towards another room that's blocked off in the tavern.
Well, I stand up and I wave them over.
Before I walk in, I see the sign that says to wipe off your boots. So I proceed to wipe off my boots and then walk in.
Very good.
I mean, Ada did that too because she is from a civilized place in the world, so
Daniel, did you wipe off your boots? I don't think
I
so.
didn't, but I did blame it on the drunk that I'm helping.
Okay.
Oh, so if Daniel waved us over, I'm gonna go to him.
I will slowly make my way over, and I will stand
So,
behind Daniel.
I give them the quick rundown. I did rent a room. It has 2 beds, but one person does need to sleep on the floor. But then I look over at the drunk sitting next to me, and I say like, oh, like, this drunk was wondering if any of you guys know how to lockpick, because he wants to open up a box, and he said we would be rewarded slightly if we could open it.
When you tell us this, Ada's like getting a glint in her eye, and she's like she pulls out her thieves' tools, and she's like reaching for the box, like gimme, I want to try. This is like her thing.
As
She
as
knows.
Ada does that, Dorn on the counter, who's ever so slightly sobered up at this point, slightly, looks to you and says, "What? Hey, watch it! That box. Look, I don't know what is in it, but that could. There could be something valuable in there. Just be careful with it. Whatever's in that, I want it. Okay? If you
Okay,
break whatever's inside it, I'm not paying you."
That's okay. I just want to see what's inside too. All right.
Okay, so you're taking a look at the lockbox, Ada.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll examine the lock first, if that's like the part that's holding it shut.
Okay, so you grasp the lockbox in your hands, and the wood is rather rotted, and strangely feels clammy to the touch, almost as if it's been recently submerged.
Hmm.
The the lock keeping the box together appears to be slightly rusted. It looks as though it could break off rather easily.
Hmm.
I quickly lean over and I tell Ada I think lockpick pick it anyways, only because if it is valuable, we would still be getting a reward as long as it doesn't break.
I think at this point, Ada's probably already like trying to pick open the lock.
Oh, you're trying to open the lock.
Yeah.
Do you have a item to lockpick with, real quick?
I have thieves' tools, and I am proficient with thieves' tools.
Okay then. Let me just get my note out about this real quick.
Perks of being an artificer. Or should I
Okay,
go ahead
so
and just roll, or no? I should wait for
I
you
would
to tell
say,
me what to do.
um, I would say, hmm. Actually, this is an interesting little conundrum. Give me a second. I'm just
Okay.
planning ahead for this a bit.
Yeah.
Uh, okay, so that there appears to be a lapse in my judgment, real quick, about how this should be handled. Actually, is there a
Okay.
is there a certain skill actually that should work with this? Dear. Okay, John, you listening?
Yes.
Okay, so I would say because the lockbox appears to be rather frail, or whatever is in it inside of it might be frail. I would say roll me a sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand. Yeah. Oh. 9 plus 3, 11.
You rolled an 11?
Yes.
Okay. Um, so as you fidget around with the lock, um, um, as you fidget around with the lock, it seems to be strangely not giving way and unlocking. It do, no matter how many times you've fidgeted with it, with your lock pick, it doesn't seem it wants to open.
Hmm.
You feel much resistance inside the lock as you're trying to lockpick it.
Hmm. Like as if it could break, or I could like jam up the lock and not be able to open it.
I would say if you continued like that to like this, and are still not able to get it open, you might risk breaking your lockpick.
Well, I don't want to do that, so.
Doran sees you're having trouble with the lockbox and and says, "Little lizard, uh, I guess that's the not giving
Uh,
way. The lock."
no, For some reason, it feels like it's binding up or something.
Uh, although I
I'm
don't think
gonna remove
I'm,
my tools from the lock.
although I don't think I'm proficient in it. I want to see if I could roll to see if there's like a spell on it.
Uh,
Uh,
wait.
you,
Hold on. Or wait, no. Just I'll let you do your thing.
all right. So you're trying to see if there's a spell of some sort.
Yeah.
Okay, roll me an Arcana check.
I don't.
Get your D20 out and roll it.
I don't have any like additions to this at all.
Well, that's the way it is. You're the one who. So, ouch! Critical fail.
I look over to Ada and I say, do you want to see if you could check it? Because I'm not too
I,
proficient in magic.
hey, I didn't describe what happens yet.
Oh, okay. My bad.
So, you'll just wait a moment. So, Daniel, you look the lockbox up and down, trying to see if there's might be some sort of magical mechanism to it holding the lock in place. But you can't quite put your finger on it. It looks as mundane as any other lock.
I think this is where I turn to Ada and I say, hey, are you proficient in any sort of magic? Because to me, like, it just all looks the same. I can't tell, magic from
Alright.
anything else.
She's gonna look over the box, see if anything looks off or even magical about it.
So you want to inspect the lockbox generally, and if it has any sort of magic to it.
Yeah.
All right, so roll me an Arcana check and a investigation check.
I guess I should roll both at the same time. Alright, first I'll do, investigation. 12 plus 7, 19. And, Arcana. 17.
Okay, so the
That's
first one was a 19 for the investigation check, and the second one was 17 for Arcana. Did I get that right?
Yes.
Okay, so Ada, you look closer and more in depth with at the lockpicks at the lockbox, and you can certainly tell that there's something unusual about it. That no ordinary lockbox is lock, especially for one as rusted looking as this, should be so hard to open. And looking into it further, you start to feel the slight, ever so slight, thrum in your hand. An unnatural thrum. It vibrates ever so slightly.
Alright, so she's gonna just, like, after that, just, like, slowly put it back down on the table.
You slowly put it back on the table. All right.
Yeah, then say,
Sorry, you go.
I don't know what's in that. I got a bad feeling about this.
A bad feeling, you say? Dorn says.
Afghan slowly takes the box, and he looks around it, and then he takes out his let's see, where is it at? He takes out his hand axe. What if we just smash the lock?
I look over at Ada and I ask, is it even possible to destroy the lock if it is magical?
As soon as Dorn hears Halfgan's suggestion of smashing a lock open, he's like, no, don't do that. Look, I know you're big and strong and mighty, but you don't take an axe to it or anything hefty, please. I don't want to break whatever's inside of it.
Ada's gonna turn to Halfgan and Daniel and say, hey, try just, like, tugging on the lock first.
Tyler, may I ask you what your strength is, by any chance?
My strength. 15.
Mine's 16 with a +3 modifier. Would you mind if I do it first? Because I assume we gotta use strength.
Sure.
Okay.
I want to give it a tug.
So I'm gonna tug at the lock.
You're attempting to tug at the lock. Okay. So then, let me just see here. I guess that would just be like a strength check then. So, yeah. All right. Roll me a strength check.
D20.
Yep, on a D20.
I got a +3, by the way.
Okay, so
Oh,
8. Welp,
No.
he Daniel gives it a mighty tug on the lock, and yet, however, it does not seem to budge, not even in the slightest. After attempting to force open the lock, you feel your fingers feel ever so sore.
All right.
Daniel, let, let me try.
I hand it over to Afghan.
Afghan's gonna make a strength check now.
Okay. Oh, wait, what?
0. What? That was
Wait, the
Did you
dice
roll
didn't
it for
even
20?
go.
Oh, it's because you didn't choose a dice. There you go.
Oh, my bad, my bad. I think I accidentally hit clear. I didn't even notice. My bad.
Yes, just hit roll now.
a 11, and your strength modifier is +2.
Yep.
I got that
13.
right, okay. All right, so Afghan, you also attempt to tug on the lockbox, trying your best to not accidentally break what's inside. You tug on it, and yet again, it does not yield. It seems whatever. It seems this lock is very stubborn.
I look over at Ada and I ask her, do you know any spells, possibly one that could heat up the lock to possibly melt it off?
I interject and I say, wouldn't that burn the box because of how fragile it looks? Unless the whole thing is magical itself.
Hmm. I say fair point,
afraid
Afghan.
Alright, So the lock is like rusted?
It looks
And
rusted,
stuff?
yes, judging by outward appearance, and because you investigated it further, you can confirm that it's indeed rust.
Let me try and cast mending on it, see if that'll make it easier.
Okay.
I don't know if that would remove rust or like.
That's a cantrip, right?
Yep.
Alright, how do you want to cast it? Verbally, somatically, or materially?
I think if it uses. I think it uses all three. Is that what it means, or? Either way, I'm just gonna use my I'll use my thieves' tools because that's my focus.
Hold on, wait. All right. Actually, Sean, you might need to help me out on this because I'm not the most knowledgeable on artificers. So, like, are artificers able to naturally cast spells with verbal and somatic components?
I mean, yeah.
All right.
I don't know why they wouldn't.
Oh boy, give it. I can't believe this is ellipse me. This is such a simple thing. Okay.
Well, mending requires all 3, so
Okay, and what's the material requirement?
2 lodestones, but like I can use my thieves tools for that because that's my I can use if I'm proficient in thieves tools, I could use that as my focus.
Okay. All right. So, but okay. So you attempt to cast mend. You attempt to cast mending. Um, as you start to begin using the spell, Dorn and the other patrons of the tavern look over at you rather quizzically. They the three that were at the table in the corner of the room seem to be suddenly on edge at the sight of you attempting to cast a spell.
Really?
And Dorn looks at you and while you're casting, and he says, "I better know what you're doing with that spell, Missy."
I'm trying to see if I can fix the lock. Maybe it's jammed up and I can repair it so I can pick it.
All right.
I think Daniel Reynolds is going to quickly scurry off to the bathroom while this is going down.
Okay.
So I'm just going to go right there, and then I'm going to also be right back.
Okay.
Okay, so you finish casting the mending spell on the lockbox, and the you notice that the spell courses around the lock for momentarily, and you can see the rust shave off the lockbox little by little until nothing of it remains. And now the lock looks rather shiny and brand new, although the rest of the box still looks of rotted wood.
Yeah, that's fine. Alright, I think I'm gonna try to pick it again.
Just a moment before.
Yes, okay.
After you finish the spell and the lockbox reacts, you could hear a shout come from the kitchen of the tavern. As somebody says, "Oh, is somebody casting spells around here? I want to watch." And then you start to hear some frantic footsteps approach the lobby room of the tavern. Then the double doors to the kitchen swing open, and Belric, the tavern owner, suddenly enters the room and comes over to the counter, and he says, "Did I miss it?"
I'm sorry, sir. I think you did.
Ah, rubbish. Was it? You. Oh wait, he's AFK, right?
I don't know, I just got back. I was going to say, I just came out of the bathroom, and I'm like, did I also miss it? Asking what I missed.
Alright, good. So, let me continue. Daniel, your rum ham is coming along fine, I think. But,
Oh, thank you.
Give it just a few moments more, and it'll be ready.
Sounds good, thank you.
Shame I missed the spell. You don't see too many of those around here.
Oh,
Well,
is
if
that
it
what I
makes
missed?
you feel any better, I'm gonna try to open it again. And she's gonna
Open
try
what?
to pick the lock. Again.
All right, Belric looks at you and says, "Well, if it isn't a strange sight around these parts, a lizard person. Don't worry, I won't berate you as some others probably have. I'm
Oh, I'm
welcoming
a
you to
kobold.
a kobold, you say? Yeah, of course I've heard the name before. I just like to poke fun at some people, but rest assured, everyone who's friendly around these parts, I'm friendly towards. My name is Belric. I run this tavern."
I turn to Ada and
Hi,
I
I'm
say, just
Ada.
don't ring the bell one too many times.
Exactly, Daniel. We've been over this, haven't we?
Why
Yes,
would I
we
ring
have.
the bell?
Well, for service, of course.
Yes, but you ring it once for service. You do not ring it 3 times, because thrice too many times and you get a whooping.
Alright, well, she's trying for a second pass at the lock.
Alright, you want to attempt one more time with your tools?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, roll me a d20 then. For yeah, well, I would say slate of hand is required for this time.
Well, do I add my proficiency bonus since I'm proficient with thieves' tools?
Yes. Yeah, let's
Okay.
do that.
Oh, I got a 1
Youch.
plus 2.
Well, a 1 is a 1.
Yeah. Fuck.
Sorry,
One
yeah.
first one of the session, or the campaign rather.
Actually, I got a 1 earlier.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
Well,
that's my first
it's
one.
his first one.
Damn.
I say, screw it, let me try yanking at the lock one more time, now that it's, you know...
Let me
fixed or
describe what
whatever.
happens first before you
Okay.
make another action. So, Ada once again takes out a lock and attempts to crack open the lockbox. Unfortunately, she puts a little too much strength into it and breaks one of her lockpicks in the process.
Fuck.
And the lock remains ever so stout.
If you don't mind me asking, what roll would I be rolling for? Like dexterity or?
Are you trying to break it open, or what are you doing?
Say if I want to lockpick it.
You want to lockpick it. Okay.
Oh, I mean, like possibly. Like I just want to know like what I would need to be like rolling, like Constitution, Dex.
Well, that would be a dexterity check. Actually, wait. Well, considering you're not proficient with thieves' tools or anything of the sort, let me just double check that for you. Yeah, no, you're not proficient in those tools.
So I can't even roll for it then, right?
You're gonna have a very shot in the dark moment.
Yeah,
Roll.
it is like
You can roll a d20 though.
It is gonna try and like shake, like, if I'm assuming the lockpick got broken off inside the lock, she's gonna like try to shake it out and then see if she could like mend her pick.
Okay. So Ada's casting mending again
Yeah.
on the lockpick.
And I'll tell what's his name, the barkeeper.
Okay.
You could also ring the bell for him.
Yep. Well, he's right there. Or what? Oh, wait, you're talking to each other in character.
Yeah.
I was gonna like, who's the name of the bartender guy?
Belric.
I'm gonna say Belric. What I'm gonna say? Well, you can watch it this time as I like try to like. I'm gonna cast mending again on it.
Belric clasps his hands together and rubs them frantically with a smile and says, I can't wait to see. Magic is so rare around these parts."
All right, yeah.
All right, you go through with the spell.
Yep.
All right. You begin to cast mending once more. Partway through your chant of casting, you can hear the doors of the tavern swing open, and approaching the party come two guards.
Oh fuck.
The guards appear to be the very same two that you saw earlier outside on the borders of the town. And one of them says, "All right, Belric, we got a noise complaint. Is somebody shouting a little bit too much around here?" And Belric responds saying, "Oh, not to worry, Frederick. They're just doing some fancy magic things. That's all. It's nothing harmful. I trust me." And then he kind of whispers. Belric whispers over to Ada, is like, "It's not gonna do any harm, is it?"
And she says, "No, I'm just fixing one of my tools."
And then Belric hears you, and then he looks back over to the guards and says, "Yeah, nothing harmful. You can go back, be on your way, or unless you want to watch." And then the one of the guards, presumably Frederick, says, Well, as much as that would be probably fun, we need to actually be somewhere important. If this isn't any important matter or dangerous matter, then we're not needed here." And then Belric says, "All right, lads. Well, but thank you for coming to check it out regardless. How about a pint next time on me, next time you stroll around here?" And one of the guards says, "No, Belric, you can keep your free drinks to yourselves. We're quite all right." And the other guard kind of whispers something to Frederick, and then Frederick says a little louder. You could slightly pick up the words of "maybe later."
Alright.
And then the two guards promptly turn back around and exit the tavern doors.
Shit, this place sucks. Can't be a kobold, can't cast magic. Ugh. They must hate me. Damn.
Anyway. So you finish casting the mending on your lockpick, and it's the two shattered pieces of it fit together, good as new once more.
All right.
The lockpick appears to be fully functionable again.
All right. Neat.
I look over at Halfkin and I ask, "Are you good at lockpicking?"
Well, but I'm not proficient in lockpicking skills.
Oh, you need me to check your character sheet?
Yeah, I don't think I can.
Well, there isn't a lockpicking skill per se. It's more so I would say it's more so a sleight of hand thing. So,
Yeah, not
you would have a
proficient.
+0 to sleight of hand.
Right.
Same as me, I believe. Let's see. Oh, I got +1 in sleight of hand, but I don't. Wait, I don't even think I could actually get the +1 if I'm correct, because I don't have that checked.
Well, you have a +1 because of your dexterity. How
okay.
you only apply your proficiency bonus if you have proficiency in that skill.
Oh, okay. Well, I look at Ada and also Halfkin and I say, you want to try to lockpick it one more time, but if it fails another time, shall we just break the lock off?
I think I guess Ada will reach for the box and like I think third time's the charm. Okay, one more.
Okay. Once again, you attempt to open the lock. All right.
Can't even
Roll a
open
d20.
Can't even open a fucking lock. All right. 14 plus 2. Should I add my dexterity as well? If this is a dex check?
Yes. Let's do
Alright,
that.
so plus 3, so... Oh, 19. Wow. That'll do it. I hope.
19. Okay. So, once more, you attempt to open the lockbox with your lockpicks, and this time, you feel a little bit more, you feel a little less resistance bit by bit as you pick away at it.
Alright.
And eventually, you hear the of the recognizable of the lock finally giving way, and you realize that you've now pried the lock open.
Alright, she's wasted no time. She's immediately taken the lock off and opening it.
Okay. You open the lockbox, and inside rests a little shining jewel, about the size of your pinky finger. Its coloration appears to be green.
I look at it and I say, "That's all?"
I'm gonna show it to Dorn. Was it?
Yes. So you show it to Dorn?
I'll like slide the box over to him and like point it at him.
All right. Dorn takes a look further into the box, he sees the gem and his eyes widen, and then he scoops up the lockbox and dumps the small gem right into the palm of his hand. He feels it for a moment and says, "Well, would you look at that? That's a mighty little pure jewel, aren't you? I don't suppose this will go for A few gold pieces. Well, I did agree that I would give you some form of compensation, yes, for helping me.
Why, yes, you did.
Suppose I have to stick to my bloody wood then, don't I? All right. He puts the jewel into his shirt pocket, and then he reaches into his pants pocket and pulls out a sack, a small pouch rather, and he sets it down on the counter, and then he fingers through it a bit, and he pulls out 2 gold pieces and lays them down on the counter and says, "There, that's all I can offer you. Yeah."
I look at him and I say, "That's mighty, or awfully kind of ye. Thank ye."
Yeah, well, that was gonna be my next few drinks, but I suppose this'll buy me many more drinks. He chuckles.
All right. Well,
So, I'm at 11 gold pieces now, right? Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so after Dorn finishes, and then he probably returns to gulping down his drink, which somehow hasn't run out yet, and suddenly out from the kitchen doors comes another person. Looks to be a female halfling, also stout looking, though not as stout as Belric is. And she's holding a platter of some food items on it. And she says, all right, who asked for the rum ham?"
That would be me. As I, wave my hand up in the sky, too.
She comes over and puts the plate of rum ham onto the counter in front of you and says, "Well, eat up there, chum. I put my heart and soul into it, I did. Yes, I did."
I tell her, thank you, and I give her a small... actually, do people tip in this world?
You can tip, yes, if you want.
I'll give her 1 silver piece.
Alright, you fashion the silver piece and put it there, and she sees you pull out the silver piece, she says, "Oh, even a tipping one. Oh, honey, I love this one already. Can we bring him home?" And then Belric says, No, honey, we don't take the customers like that. We don't treat the customers like that. Okay? The customers first and playthings very last."
wow.
Damn.
And Belric looks over towards you, Daniel, and says, "Sorry, sometimes she gets a little ahead of herself. Though she means well. Right, love?" And she looks back at Belric and says, "Yeah, well, I suppose I do my better work in the crummy kitchen, don't I?" and then Belric says, "Well, you don't have to put it like that, my love."
I just look at my other party members as this is happening. And then I respond with thank you again.
And the female halfling looks to you, Daniel, and says, "Well, go on, eat up, darling. I'll just be back in the kitchen if you need me."
Uh,
And then she promptly returns to the kitchen.
all right.
Oh,
I'm gonna
yeah.
also rip off like a small piece and then hand it over to what's his name and say, hey, here, try some. The drunk guy.
Okay, so you rip off a piece of the. Wait, you rip it off with your bare hands?
Well, cut it off, whatever. I mean, I don't
Cut
think
it
the
off.
drunk cares.
What do you cut off the piece with?
With one of my with one of my 20 bolts, I kind of just like stab it off and then hand him, the crossbow bolt.
Okay,
Excellent.
so you pull
What a
out one of
ball.
your crossbow bolts, and rather shoddily, you cut off a sliver of the rum ham, and you know what? Let's make it extra funny. Roll me a strength check.
Oh,
Alright.
no. Bro's cooked if you can't cook ham, bro. You can't eat ham.
Eric.
No!
Fuck.
Okay.
Broke the- I
Oh,
split
well.
ham. Splitting rum ham.
What's your strength modifier again? +3.
Let me check. Yeah, +3.
Okay. Well, after just a
Shit.
little bit of force of shoving the crossbow bolt into the. I can't laugh. I'm a DM. After a little bit more force of cutting into the ham with the crossbow bolts, you do manage to cut a shoddy piece of the ham off, and you hand it towards Dorn. You wanted it?
Is he the drunk guy?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. You hand the shoddy piece of ham towards Dorn, and he says, "That's the rum ham, right? Yeah, whatever's got alcohol in it." And then he takes the piece up with his bare hands, and just kind of starts. He nibbles at a piece off in his mouth, and he starts tasting it for a moment, and then he says, "I can certainly taste the bitter alcohol. Hey, more please." He starts eating more on the sliver of ham, and he starts to pay you a little less mind as he focuses his attention on the ham.
Mm.
I look at my other party members and I ask them, well, I mean, I guess I would be asking right now. You guys want any?
I'm fine, thanks.
I'm good, Daniel. Thank you, though.
Suit yourselves.
All right.
Alright.
And what time is it? 10:30. Okay. So as Daniel begins eating the ham, and Bellark looks back towards the group of and says, "Say, so since you did so well on helping Dawn out there a little bit, you're like a group of mercenaries or something, I take it? You have weapons and such, and look like you could crack a few skulls."
I quickly, wipe whatever rum ham is like on my face off, and I say, "Why, yes, we are."
Ah,
while looking at
well,
him.
I don't suppose then you might want to take a little look at the bounty board we have.
Now you've piqued my interest. I quickly scarf down the rest of my meal to quickly run over to it.
Belric says, "All right, chum, let me just get the notes out real quick." He starts rummaging underneath the counter.
I don't know why
A
that's
moment
so
later,
funny.
a moment later, he says he pulls out a little board, about the size of slightly larger than the size of his hand, and he starts flipping through some pages, and he starts murmuring some words to himself like, wait, that's already been taken. No, but that one's also taken. He finally, he continues murmuring to himself until eventually his eyebrows perk up, and he says, "Ah, there we go." He puts the he takes a piece of paper off from the board and puts it on the counter, and amongst the names you can see on the paper, he points towards one in particular. On it reads, "Nine-Toes Stabby Hands, wanted for stabbing folk in the night. Wanted dead or alive."
I ask
Oh.
him, has he ever struck this tavern here?
And Belric responds to your inquiry by saying, "Nine-Toes, well, he actually hasn't been around here, at least I don't think so. He's also general bounties that come and go around most villages and towns in this region. He's been, I don't know where he's hanging out now, but he might be with some other bandit gang along the roads, for all I know. So
Oh.
perhaps keep a lookout for him. You can get yourself a little bit more extra gold. I believe it says here that he's worth... here we go. 5 gold. He's worth 5 gold if you bring him dead or alive.
Now, with bounties like this, is it first come, first serve, or is it like we gotta reserve the quest, kind of like the other ones?
Well, I mean, you could... If you want to, I could try to reserve his name for you, though there's no guarantees. I mean, for all I know, somebody else has already found him and killed him and brought his head in. I need to update my bounty board a little bit more, I know, but maybe you'll find something of him out there. I don't know.
I look at the rest of my party and I say, well, what do you guys want to do? You want to keep an eye out for him?
I mean, I guess so. I was thinking about helping with that shipment first, though.
I mean, who knows? Maybe he's the one who stole the shipment.
I hate
Possibly.
I hate to intrude, but I do have to go to bed. I'm not gonna lie.
Alright.
Okay.
I do
Alright.
apologize.
Well,
I heard
I
you.
was actually thinking if as the same thing as well, that looking for a good stopping point now.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we can continue this and just, what's it called? We can continue the scene till we go to bed, and then we can call it there if you want. It's up
well,
to
if you want to get to bed now, Tyler, we could pause this scene right now and continue on next time. Along with Carly and Andrew.
Yeah.
Y-
I mean, who
yeah,
knows?
sure. I mean,
Maybe they're already in the bar with us, or the tavern,
You don't know. You don't know.
or they're just
what's
walking in.
what's it called? I mean, we can do this a little bit earlier if you guys want to. Like, it doesn't mind. It does not matter to me.
So do you want to carry on? What's the consensus here? Do we want to carry on a bit, or do we want to call it?
I'm fine with either or. I definitely do feel like we should leave it off in the tavern, though.
Yeah. What's the time about in game? Is it like
At this point, it's about 3:30 p.m.
Oh god damn, it's
and
pretty
is it
early
still
on.
raining or stuff? Is it still raining outside?
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize you asked. So, yes, at this point, the slight downpour has become a much heavier downpour. Going outside now would be rather unpleasant and perhaps even dangerous on the road.
I think it's best we stay inside for now.
Sounds good to me.
I am okay with that.
And you said you got a room?
Yes. It only has 2 beds, though. So, someone has to sleep on the floor.
Oh.
Balric kind of notices as you say that, and he's like, "Well, I'm sorry I couldn't have more beds. Really, I am, but you know, I'm not exactly rich. Takes a lot to keep the tavern open and begin with. Sorry to."
I
sorry
look
to
at him
annoy
and
you. That's cool.
I say, you're fine, you're fine.
I look to the group and I say, "It's okay. I will take the floor."
Alright, thank you.
If you're okay with that.
I am
I'll take
definitely
the
okay with that.
floor next time if, you know, the next tavern we get to only has 2 beds.
Belric takes out the bedroll that he put on the counter before and hands it over to you. Hands it over to Halfgan.
I take the bedroll and I nod towards him. Thank you.
Of course, lad. All right. Yeah, and it might be a wise spell for you three to stay the night, indeed, because looks like it's coming down mightily now, the rain. Let me show you to your room, real quick.
I thank you.
And Belric motions over to the stairs, behind the counter.
Oh, behind the counter?
Yes.
Oh, so, like, we're, like, right over here now?
Okay. Oh yeah. This map doesn't have stairs really.
Well, it
Oh,
has
there's
stairs on
stairs
the
right
left
here.
side. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, the stairs are across the room. My bad.
Yeah, okay.
That's not how I envisioned it.
Doesn't matter, we're
initially,
going up the stairs.
Yeah. All right, you go up the stairs. You go up the stairs
Hell
with Belric.
yeah.
That's correct.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
All right. So, I'll be honest. I don't have a map for the upstairs of this, so
That's fine.
That's fine.
play with your
Let's
imagination.
pretend this is
So-
the upstairs.
So
Or we could use one of these rooms.
All right. So, the three of you and Belric enter the upstairs hallway, and you can see within the hallway, you can see 3 doors, presumably each leading to a room. They're all closed, and Belric continues on towards the middle door of the 3, and he unlocks the door with a key, and opens the door and motions for the 3 of you to enter. So, the 3 of you
Yes.
enter?
Yep.
Okay.
We're in.
You all enter the bedroom, and as promised, there's two motley-sized beds inside the room, along with two two wall lanterns, dimly illuminating the room each, and one end table beside each bed. The air in the room is rather mundane and still. Belric begins to say, "Well, it ain't much, I realize, but me and the missus think it's homey enough for the guests. I hope you think so too."
Very homey.
It's fine, thank you.
You're very welcome. I appreciate the customs from the lots of you. Now, I need to attend to my customers more downstairs. I'm sure you all can get yourselves settled.
Yes, thank you.
And then, of course, Daniel, was it?
Yep.
All right. Have yourselves a good night now. And with that, Belric closes the door closes the door to the room. And you can hear the sound of footsteps trotting away.
All right.
I mean, I think this is a pretty good spot to end. What do you all think?
Yeah.
I agree.
All right.
It
so
is like gonna like go over and like start like getting set in, like put her bag down and stuff, and
yeah.
Well, there is a reason why I did take the bedroll.
hmm
Because I also have a bedroll, so if I put both of them together, boom, even comfier.
Oh hey,
Big
there
brain.
you go. Giga brain, even more.
It's
than
all
me.
coming together.
It's all coming together.
Oh yeah, it's coming together. It's all coming together.
The bedroll for Halfcan. Halfcan bedroll.
And yeah, Ada's gonna take out some scraps from her bag and like lay them out on the bed and like start like examining them.
Okay, you're gonna
oh,
examine.
this is the enigmatic artifact scraps.
Okay.
Just gonna start like yeah, looking at them, turning them over and stuff, inspecting them with her thieves' tools.
Okay. I want you to roll me a I want you to roll me an insight check.
All right. Okay. Insight. All right, so 19 plus 2, 21.
21. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you start thumbing around with the parts of your artifact, and you be certain to be gentle with it. You start to notice notice a few more bits and pieces, although still quite alien to you. You start to realize a little bit more function of what they could be useful for. So. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. Just like try to like see fit them together maybe and stuff. Yeah.
All right.
That's
You-
probably just what she's gonna be doing for her free time.
Okay. Anything else?
No, that's it.
I set up the bedroll that was given to me, and then I set up mine over it, so I make it a little bit more comfier for me to sleep on. I then remove my armor, and I'm just in my clothes, just regular clothes, like that was over, that was under my armor, and I sit on my bedroll, and I remove my prayer book from my bag, and I begin to read where I left off from when I began it.
Okay.
For me,
Anything
I'm
else before
cleaning.
you to do?
Huh?
You go on. You go on.
Oh. For me, I'm just cleaning off my bolt that I used to cut up the rum ham with. So I'm just like, like
All right.
wiping it off.
All right. You proceed to wipe off the grease from the on your bolts, and with just a little effort, you've got the head of the bolt looking shiny and brand new again.
Alright. And then other than that, I think I'm just like checking my gear, making sure everything's like sharp.
Yeah. So, can we say that we'll call a long rest for the party?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we can leave it off here now if that's what everyone wants.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, very good, guys. Well, let me just note a few things down in the campaign journal, and
All right. Yeah.
why can't I click into Discord working?
It's working for me.
Hold on, I'm on my phone right now.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay, now it's working. All right. All right. I mean, I could do this on my own time though. I'm just gonna. But yeah, I'm just gonna jot everything down of the important bits of info that's happened today, so we can recall it
Yeah.
if need be. Okay, so that's I'm gonna save the map as it is, and I think
All
that's
right.
good, right, guys? We can
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say.
so.
We'll pick it up next Saturday.
Yeah, I hope.
Let me see here. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Saved.
Thank you, Zach, for
Okay.
following me.
So. All right. So we'll pick it up. We'll pick it up next week. Hopefully, Andrew and Carly will have their characters ready and be ready for next
Yeah.
for the next session, and we can all have a jolly go together adventuring.
Oh,
Or
yes.
you guys can, because I'm just a narrator.
We can have fun.
Uh,
You said you can.
I feel like I'm having
I
a
don't
little
know
bit
what
too
that
much fun though, because I'm not supposed to be
notification was.
laughing at everything as the DM.
Why aren't you allowed
Well,
to
I mean,
laugh?
I'm just supposed
mean,
to be
if
like a
it's-
narrator, dude. I feel
That's
like it's
fine.
wrong. Oh man.
Ah, well.
A narrator
well-
that actually shows his, I guess, what's the best way to put it? His emotions for certain stuff. Adds
Well,
to
I
it.
am only human, but
That is true.
Oh, my bad.
will
I
say, it's only been the
mistaken you
first-
for another Funic. Sorry.
I'm only human after all.
I will say though, lads, that you've, even though despite it being the first session, you've already certainly had me strutting my improvisation. So,
Yeah.
so
Gotta
But,
really appreciate that rum ham bit, didn't you?
but no, I
The lockbox.
li- listen, Eric. Yeah, I'm not the purveyor of fine cuisines. If you catch my drift. So yeah, I honestly didn't think didn't know what it was.
Wait, I
So-
think I was actually I found a wiki for Always Sunny. Let me see if I can pull it up again. The ingredient list was
Oh my god,
something
you made up.
to behold.
It was always funny reference.
It was. It was.
Yeah, because I looked it up, and I was like, wait, this is from. All right, so ingredients:
Oh my
one
God.
10-pound canned ham, one hunting knife, 3 1-liter bottles of rum, 1 handgun, 1 box of handgun ammo, 1 bunch of Italian parsley.
Okay.
I don't think Italians exist in this universe, but
There's maybe something Italian adjacent. All right, should I just post the link in the dank memes?
yeah,
Why
sure,
not?
go ahead on that.
Now y'all can read it at your leisure. I didn't know there was an Always Sunny wiki.
Oh yeah.
Ugh, wow. Oh boy.
Damn, I thought I was
Yeah, I
gonna get
gotta-
away with that. Oh, it's always funny reference.
Until I spilled the beans.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's fine.
all right, so yeah, the rest of y'all are safe to disconnect before I close the server here.
Yeah.
So
And with
gosh,
that, the stream's
okay.
coming
Well,
to
did
an
we
end.
have fun?
Thank you for watching.
I had fun. I'm looking forward to next